It's an actual store. Nebraska. What's in Nebraska?
You, from now on. Only thing is, and I don't like to do this, you'll have a bunkmate.
He's still here?
For the moment.
How's he holding up?
You be the judge.
He seems to be doing just fine.
Oh. Store. Then we turn around and there is this kid on a dirt bike looking at us. And then out of nowhere, Todd, that opie dead-eyed piece of shit, pulls out a gun and shoots the kid.
Ooh.
Uncle Jack, hold up.
He ratted you out personally.
We still got 600 gallons of methylamine.
Meth? Who gives a shit about meth? We won the lottery here. We've got all the money in the world. It's that Lydia woman. You're sweet on her, you little bastard.
The unpredictability is what makes the scene uneasy for me. Because I don't know what Uncle Jack is gonna do here.
Let's go back and watch some more of that crybaby rat, huh?
It's the fact that he keeps holding the gun. I mean, you know, you'll never know, right? Ah, Jesse, man, holding the photo as well. Okay, Jesse, but you know, you gotta be careful. All right, let's see these two.
5 should do it, providing they're the right men for the job.
I'm gonna hate myself for asking, but who are we hitting?
Everyone.
Jack Welker and his men.
Yeah.
Some people would be ignorant on the facts. Some people wouldn't know that as far as the police are concerned, Skylar is a blameless victim.
Yep. This is sort of the situation that Walter kind of planned out by the very end. Yeah.
The feds are just praying that you'll make contact. The internet, the phone, it's all tapped. Hey, Mike was no dummy, but every time he tried to get his nest egg to his granddaughter, it ended up in Uncle Sam's pockets.
God, you think I want to run? This is the last thing I want. This changes nothing. What I do for my family. My money goes to my children, not just this barrel. All of it.
Everything good?
Define good.
You'll be a little longer. Still working on transportation.
Change your plans.
Oh.
He's coming with me.
No.
We're going together. I can use him.
Oh,
Remember what I told you?
we're doing this again.
It's not over.
Oh. The unfortunate timing in that, but
It's over.
yeah. Yeah, excellent writing on that part. Oh, this sound. Maddening.
You following all this?
Oh, look at this
You
shot,
understand what's
though.
happening here?
I don't know where he is.
All right, go and discuss this with your lawyer here. Rack your brain.
Skylar's doing everything that she can to give Walter time, essentially. Skylar just looks and That was a jump scare. That got me. I was in the middle of a... I was trying to say something.
But you've seen some people. Like the lady who came into the car wash. One with the black hair.
Oh, God.
I will not say anything about her. Ever.
It's a very intense scene. Like, I feel like Skylar's gonna be safe, but it's the music. It's the music and the sound design in the scene. Really well done.
Because you really don't want us coming back.
That's the fact that he is touching Skylar here is just adds more to the terror factor. The juxtaposition between Todd in the scene before and now, like the change in attire, attitude, everything, just
Don't. Stay where you are. Don't talk like this.
So the thing that we talked about, I went to Mr. and Mrs. White's house.
You don't have to say the name.
yeah, you gotta excuse Todd. He's still an amateur with all of these things.
You threw a real scare into her. She seems like a nice lady watching out for her kids.
Todd is such an interesting character.
I have 50 pounds vacuum packed and ready to go.
And I wish you all the luck in the world with it.
Like his
92%.
Oh.
Truly?
Tested it twice.
Well,
and
I mean,
it's blue just like before.
I mean, they have Jesse, so
He's not with you.
Well, next best thing, Pinkman.
yeah, there it is. But yeah, Todd has this, like, his sense of social awareness is all over the place, which makes him an interesting character for me, because sometimes he shows no remorse whatsoever, and other times
It's a good team. I think it's kind of mutually good.
I think he's just psychotic. Yeah, that's it. Oh, great shot. Great reveal of the shot as well, the use of the lighting and everything. Snow.
Mr. Lambert, welcome to New Hampshire.
Mr. Lambert. Oh, we are in the middle of nowhere.
My clients and I don't usually have an ongoing relationship. Normally, you and I would have already gone our separate ways, but you're you.
There's specialty in you. So you better appreciate this.
You are the hottest client I have ever had, by far.
Yeah, he's got a lot in his hands.
If you leave this place, you will get caught.
It is your own choice, Walt.
And I gotta tell you, if I find out that you've left the reservation,
He's not gonna help you anymore.
I won't be coming back.
Yep. And knowing that Walter will come back. Yeah.
If you look around, it's kind of beautiful.
You're very helpful. Thank you.
See you in a month.
Great cut. But it's the loneliness, right? All this money, all this power. What are you gonna do about it? Beautiful. Walt, point of no return. You have been given a second chance. In some ways, the thing that is gonna be pushing Walter out is gonna be the cancer, isn't it? Like, the cancer is essentially, again, a countdown, right? If Walter feels like his life is about to end soon, then there's really, at that point he has nothing left to lose, right? Meanwhile, Walter's enjoying his freedom. Meanwhile, Jesse is trying to achieve his freedom.
So that batch that you just cooked was 96%.
Oh, an increase.
Kind of figured deserved a little something.
But again, though, you gotta be careful, Jesse. Like, once you even get out of this place, that's just like step one out of many, Like, you'd be defenseless, right? You would have nothing to defend yourself. You still need to escape the area, you still need to escape, basically. Okay. Some really, really good stunt work here. Alright. Dude, the adrenaline. Was the camera on? Oh, shit. Fuck.
Yes?
Hi, man. How you doing tonight? You're Andrea, right?
The thing about Todd is, like, he has such a he has that innocent act on him every time. Even when what he's saying is absolutely psychotic.
Just so you know, this isn't personal.
Aw.
Whoa! Hey! Settle down! Hey, remember, you're still a kid.
Jeez. Killing Andrea is like a warning. It's like, hey, we can do this again. Ah. Oh, look at the beard. How long has it been?
Sorry about last time. Should go better now. I watched a couple of YouTube videos. It's all about finding the vein.
I was asking like how Walter's gonna be handling the cancer with him being in the middle of nowhere, but, well, here we go.
One of these days when you come up here, I'll be dead. My money over there. What happens to it then?
Good question.
What if I ask you to give it to my family?
Kind of impossible to do, I would imagine. Given the circumstances and everything.
If I said yes, would you believe me?
Well, there you go.
A king. Two kings.
Two kings. Whoa. That was his ring, right? Fingers got too skinny. Whoa. Wow. Beautiful. Well, finally went outside.
Aunt Marie, what's going on?
Hold on a sec, honey.
Oh. Oh.
It's so good to hear your voice. Oh. Son, the things that they're saying.
Oh, the voice.
Son, we don't have much time. It's Lewis's family still at 4848 Newcomb.
Great shot.
There's money inside. About $100,000.
Oh, that's his.
I wanted to give you so much more.
Walter's desperation, but I don't even know if Flynn's gonna agree to this.
You killed Uncle Hank. You killed him.
Wait, son.
No, what you did to Mom, you asshole. Why are you still alive? Why don't you just die already? Just die.
Oh, that was so hard to watch. The commentary in the back is just the icing on the cake.
I'd like to speak to the agent in charge of the Walter White investigation. Walter White?
For us, it's always been science first. And
12 times would you go back?
Gretchen and Elliot Schwartz Foundation announced a $28 million grant for drug abuse treatment centers throughout the Southwest to shore up the stock price of Gray Matter Technologies because of your association with Walter White.
Well, that's not exactly
to
the
cleanse
way
yourself, so to speak, of having a methamphetamine kingpin as co-founder.
We're talking about a person who was there early on, but who had virtually nothing to do with the creation of the company and still less to do with growing it into what it is today.
So what was Walter White's contribution?
You know, to be honest, honey...
Insane timing.
It's Gray Matter Technologies.
Exactly. As far as I can recall, his contribution begins and ends right there.
There are continuing reports of blue methamphetamine. Is Walter White still out there?
No, he's not.
You sound very sure.
I am.
This scene is incredible. Incredible.
He's gone.
But to be absolutely clear...
Great cue of the soundtrack as well. Haha. Wow. What a way to end the episode. What a way to end that episode. Okay, honestly, that was one of the best episodes. One of the best scenes of Breaking Bad. Like, let's have a real conversation here. We're in agreement, right? The Breaking Bad community, the Breaking Bad fandom, everybody who watches Breaking Bad, we are in agreement, right? Like that was one of the best scenes in Breaking Bad, right? To me, that was just genius. That was just genius writing. I was just wow. wow. Okay, there's a couple of things that I do want to talk about before the series finale and such. A lot of the things that happened in this episode obviously kind of follows through what happened in the previous episode and what an episode the previous one is, but it's like going back to reality after the immense insanity that was the last episode. And what a way to actually snap back to reality by showcasing that very final scene. You know what I mean? Like, there's a lot of wake-up calls in this episode, a lot of especially for Walter, there's a lot of moments where Walter is getting faced by the reality that he has created, the consequences that I have been expecting the show to slap Walter in the face ever since he became this way all the way back in season 1, you know, like one of these days Walter's gonna get it, you know, and eventually he did get it. And does it do I feel bad for him? Absolutely. He does. Look, Walter has done a lot of terrible things, don't get me wrong. Like there's a lot of moments, there's a lot of um just straight up murderous and evil things that Walter has done throughout the series that I absolutely condemn, that I'm like, nope, I cannot get behind this, fuck you, Walter. Like there's just a lot of things that you're not really supposed to root for him. But during this episode, you know, and I feel like this is the strengths of Breaking Bad, you know, like we are rooting for we are rooting for a character who by all means should have been the villain, right? If we are in somebody else's perspective, you know, it just so happens that the villain is the main character. You know, I'm using the word villain very loosely here. You know, like obviously there's a lot of contentious. Yeah, there's a lot of debates on like what Walter is, but we can disagree. We can agree on the fact that Walter, by all accounts, has done a lot of evil shit. But you know, it's the beauty and it is the tragedy more so of seeing Walter finally getting what he deserved, and it's ugly. You know, like even I as an audience looking at all of this is like, ah. You know, there's that sense of sadness, like this is just sad to look at. This is just ugly. But having said that, by the very end, when Walter just pretty much gave up, right? He literally gave up, right? He phoned the police, told them, "Hey, I'm Walter White. I'm gonna leave the phone open for you guys to track me down and find me. There's literally nothing else for me to, you know, to lose here. I basically lost everything. My money's pretty much worthless. Most of it's stolen. The very few is just sitting aimlessly in a barrel somewhere in the snow. My family hates me. My brother-in-law is dead." Like everything that Walter seeks out to defend as his goal in the beginning of the show has all been destroyed. Like all of that checklist that he made, all of the sacrifices that he has done in order to achieve this goal, well, the goal has never been met. In fact, all of it has gone completely wrong. You know, like it's like what do you do at that point? And then the TV turned on, and then you see those two people, those ah. What a way to tie back in season 1 as a whole once again. You know, like the basic crux of Walter's self-pride, his ego, like, you know, we talk about it a lot. We debate about it a lot. We discuss about Walter's ego and pride and everything that makes Walter Walter. But this moment, this moment, out of all of the moments where a character thinks he's out, but then something pulls them back in, this is probably the highest of that moment. This is probably the best moment and probably my favorite of that moment. Walter was just pretty much ready to, you know, to put himself behind bars. He was ready to let go of that past, and then just by sheer coincidence, once again, just by sheer coincidence, turning on the TV, they're there. And what did Walter hear? Just absolute degradation. Just Walter White, oh, we don't want to associate with him. And to be fair, to be fair for the both of them, well, duh. Of course, you don't want to associate with Walter White. He's a wanted criminal. You don't want to hurt your brand. Duh. Makes logical sense for them to say all that thing. But for Walter, just hearing that's like the last string that is holding Walter together, and it just snaps, and it's just a really good scene. It's just a really good scene. Like, the scene keeps going and going and going, and the only thing that I am thinking about is shit. We got one more episode. One last hurrah. One final retaliation from Walter, whatever it may be. But it was just a wonderful scene. It's just a wonderful final scene for this penultimate episode. The music that they play, of course, like the theme song. Just bravo. Just, yeah. I'm sure there's a lot more that I can talk about it once I do kind of sit in and kind of think about it further. But I do want to talk about some other things on this episode before we move on. The one thing that I did want to talk about during the reaction, but I couldn't find the right time to talk about, is Walter's many emotional moments in this episode, especially his plea, some of his convictions of, like, especially when he was talking to Saul in the very beginning of, like, hey, all of this is for my family and all that stuff. And, you can say that Walter kind of moved the goalposts a lot during season 4, especially, and like in the beginning of season 5, like, what is the end game, Walter? What is the goal? What are you actually trying to do? You already got the money. You already got everything that you want, but then you keep moving the goalposts. You keep going further and further and further, But by the very beginning of this episode, and actually throughout this episode, what I did want to talk about is how you see you see a character, a person's character for who he truly is during their dying moments, right? And I feel like in this sort of situation, Walter, not necessarily in his dying moments, but in his final moments as being a free man, as being a family man, as being Walter White, right? In a sense, Walter White is dying today, right? He's becoming somebody else. He's becoming Mr. Lambert, right? But in these times, Walter is showcasing, like, no. This is what I am really supposed to be focusing on. And that is kind of like the point, right? Walter is screaming that to Saul. Is Walter telling us, the audience, like, no, I am abandoning everything that I just set out to do in the past, like all of that talk about, like, oh, I'm in the empire business and whatever. Like, no, none of that matters anymore. Why does it matter? What matters is here, right? My family. And if my family doesn't matter to me, then what the fuck? What am I even doing here in the first place, right? And I feel like that is why this entire episode feels tragic to me. Like, this is the episode where everything that Walter has been building up to, everything that Walter has been working up towards, every sacrifice that Walter has made kind of feels pointless, right? Like, the point of Walter making all of these sacrifices is that by the very end, it's for a good cause, right? A good cause in quotations, right? It's for his family to get all of the money that they need in order to survive for the future when Walter is gone. Well, whoop-de-fucking-do. Now what? And especially by that moment, before the final scene when Walter is talking to Walter Jr., and Walter Jr. or Flynn is just like lashing out on Walter. And honestly, you know, that at that point you can make the argument of like, he doesn't really mean it or anything. But out of every character that has talked shit to Walter, I feel like Walter Jr. absolutely kind of means it. Like there's something about that moment, that speech that he talked to Walter. You know, sure he's aggressive, but who could blame him? Like, it's only natural that he would respond that way. You can absolutely feel the animosity. You can absolutely feel the betrayal that Walter Jr. had and still has, you know, to this day. You know, it's absolutely been a couple of months at least, right? So, yeah, that was just heartbreaking. Like, out of all of the characters, to hear those words, you know, like, why don't you just die? Why aren't you alive? You know, like, to hear that from Flynn, from Walter Jr., you know, to hear that from your own son. The only person throughout this entire series who's been pretty innocent, right? To hear that from him, yeah. Speaking of death, Andrea dying, that's fun. And by fun, I mean that's shit. Damn. I mean, I got nothing else to say. That it happens. Yeah. Jesse lost another partner. Again, Jesse sacrificed his relationship with Andrea in order to keep Andrea safe. Now look where it... yeah, well... Now I'm just thinking about, like, what... Like, how is Brock gonna live? You know, like... Bro... They got a lot to address in the next episode. I'm gonna keep this review short, so I'm just gonna end it there because it's the final episode is right there. Like, come on. I'm excited. I'm excited, but I'm also scared, and I'm also sad that this is gonna be like the last time I'm gonna be reacting to Breaking Bad. So, here we go. Finale time. Oh wow, it's like he's trapped. The window being covered in snow just makes it seem like Walter is, you know, trapped. Oh, look at that! Showing the lights on his glasses there. That was really that was really nice.
Maybe tomorrow a bullet may find me. Tonight nothing's worse than this pain in my heart.
The lyrics of the song is definitely not foreshadowing whatsoever. Still need to figure out, like, what's Walter gonna do with the ricin, though? You know, the poison. Is it actually gonna be used on someone, or is it gonna actually, you know, poison Walt instead? A cruel twist of fate. But a final episode, man. Live free or die. They're not being subtle about it. You know, we're catching up to the prologue of the season, right? I mean, I'm pretty sure this is like the same outfit that we've seen Walter use in all of these opening scenes of season 5. Oh, look at this shot, though.
Yes. Hello, this is David Lynn from the New York Times. Thank you. This should make one hell of a story.
Oh, beautiful. Beautiful.
If I want Thai,
I go to a Thai place.
Oh,
I
boy.
mean, what is the earthly point in comparing pizza to Thai food?
This is
They're
different.
completely. There's no.
The answer is 21. Yes. Yes, because it has history.
Walter's in I love it. Walter's in their shadows.
She doesn't think you're coming back until Wednesday, unless you told her otherwise.
This is already an insane opening to the finale, by the way.
We don't have them?
The classical music is perfect choice.
Anyway, Napa?
Yeah.
Oh, beautiful shot
here's
composition here.
Thanksgiving,
Look at
Jesus.
this. Great use of the architecture as well.
And Bill and Miriam Cohen. We could have a little spa action.
I love the blocking throughout this entire scene.
Sort of wine and then.
Hello.
I really like your new house.
Oh, he is ready with a knife.
Elliot, if we're gonna go that way, you'll need a bigger knife.
Insane openings. Insane opening. This is an insane opening to the series finale. I love this.
All right. That is $9,720,000.
Okay. So that's all of the money in the barrel?
What? Why?
Walt, I don't think.
On my son's 18th birthday, which is 10 months and 2 days from today, you will give him this money in the form of an irrevocable trust. You will tell him that it is his to do with as he sees fit, but two rich benefactors who are known for their charitable endeavors would think nothing of, for instance, writing a $28 million check to help victims of methamphetamine abuse. Call it a Bojess, call it liberal guild, call it whatever you want, but do it.
They use my money, never yours.
Okay, Walt. Sure. That sounds reasonable.
So much tension on just shaking their hands.
Don't move, don't dare move a muscle. You don't want them to think that you're trying to get away. Just breathe.
What the fuck?
Just this afternoon, I had an extra $200,000 that I would have loved dearly to leave on top of this table.
Walt. We get the message. You know, in some ways, this is smart of Walter. You know?
A kind of countdown will begin.
Oh, God.
You'll hear the scrape of a footstep behind you, but before you can even turn around.
Okay, Walt. Okay.
Cheer up, beautiful people.
Such a good scene. I mean, it was all a ruse, right?
Oh, yeah, right.
I should have expected it to be, Skinny Pete, Badger.
How do you feel now? Better.
Yeah, definitely improving.
We'll take the money, yes, sir. We still got Jesse to save, though.
Damn, man. We were sure it was you, because that shit is choice, yo. Better never. I mean, no.
Better never. Oh. Oh. Jesse's wood carving dream. Oh, it's so dreamlike. The way everything is shot and lit up. It's gonna cut back to reality, isn't it? Like, That hurts. Damn. That says 52.
Oh,
I
what
thought it
happened
was.
there?
At first, I thought it was an atomic bomb. But it says 52.
It's easy money till we catch you. Why don't you say the word and I'll take you on a ride along? You know, you can watch us knock down a meth lab, huh? Get a little excitement in your life.
Someday.
Lydia's doing just fine.
Welcome to the Grove. Would you like to see a menu?
No, thank you.
Wow. He's right there. He blends in so well with everybody else. Like, nobody would notice or recognize that, you know, that Walter's, like, right there.
It's a nice color on him. It's kind of a cornflower.
Before you say or do anything, just hear me out.
This is insane.
You're running out of methylamine, aren't you?
Ah.
I can do the math. Every Tuesday morning, you and I met here. You're rather schedule-oriented, I guess.
Cancer's still kicking in.
I think Jack should hear this.
Yeah, I don't know.
Now listen, I can come up there tonight and talk to him.
He's just leaving. Good seeing you again. Take care.
For you?
I'm good.
And I need more stevia.
I mean, this is a way for Walter to get into Jesse, right?
Todd, please, don't make me walk you through this. Jesus, did you look at him? You'd be doing him a favor.
I get what that shot is trying to imply, right? Poisoning, but nah. My first thought was like, did Walter spike the tea already? But nah, that's kind of impossible for him to do. Somebody's getting poisoned, that's for sure. Walt might pull a Gus and poison everyone here. You know, the same way Gus poisoned the cartel. Oh. I want Walter to meet Skylar just one last time. Just one last time, you know, just have one final conversation.
Truce, all right? Skylar, I have news about Walt and you need to hear it immediately, so if you're there, pick up. That car they thought he stole in New Hampshire, they found it in a Denny's parking lot right on Central. And your old next-door neighbor, the one on the right, what's her name, Becky?
Becky's on the left, Carol's on the right.
Becky, Carol, whatever. She saw him at your old house. She said he looked exactly
Oh, look at these shots.
She's positive it was him.
Oh, reminiscent of Walter and reminiscent of like their dinner scenes. Right?
There's no way Walt's getting to you. They are absolutely going to catch him. No doubt about it.
The cinematography in this final episode has been really, really good so far. Just a lot of really good shot compositions, a lot of really good blocking.
5 minutes.
Look at this. Oh.
5 minutes.
Okay.
Why are you here?
Oh, you can see her face in the reflection there. Oh, I love it.
3 men came in the middle of the night wearing masks, threatening Holly and Flynn and me. They told me not to talk about that woman I saw at the car wash, and if you're in custody and they find out...
They're not coming back. Not after tonight. All I have to give you is this. A burial site. That's where they'll find Hank and Steve Gomez. It's where I buried our money. And the men who stole it from us. All the things that I did. You need to understand.
I have to hear one more time that you did this for the family.
I did it for me.
Oh.
I liked it. I was good at it. And I was really I was alive.
A lot of clappings in this in these 2 episode reactions already, but
Before I go, may I see her?
oh, Holly. Come on. Look at these shots. The final conversation is Flynn telling him to kill himself, and you know, why aren't you dead? Why are you still alive?
No, just straight in, man. Just what? All right, fine. Yeah, whatever.
Gotta position the car for obvious reasons. The car keys are what's important, right?
Jesus, look at you with that head of hair. Is that real?
Yes.
That's not a wig?
It's not a wig.
What were you doing before? Shaving it?
Yes.
Look at the way Walter's looking at the car key. This is reminding me a bit of when Walter meets Tuco for the first time.
Partners? What are you talking about?
He's alive, isn't he? He's cooking for you. What, are you gonna lie?
Uncle Jack.
No. This one here, calling me a liar? He just insulted you. He insulted me, all of us. Jesus. Hustle it up. Come on, let's get this over with.
Getting the car keys, come on. Just be subtle about it, Walt.
Yeah, you see what I'm talking about, you son of a bitch?
This should be good. The meeting and the conversations that I've been waiting. Oh, look at Jesse, though. Look at how broken both of these characters are.
Hard-working, good partner. 50-50 partner. Todd, you get him off, would you?
Yeah, Toddy, get them both off.
Click it. Did Walter get hit? He got hit. Todd's still alive, I think.
Jack.
Mr. White.
Wait.
One last smoke.
You want your money, right? Huh? You wanna know where it is? You pull that trigger, you never.
Wow. I mean, yeah. I mean, it's no longer about that money anymore, is it?
You want this?
Yeah, but not
Still
like...
worse. Say you want this. Nothing happens until I hear you say it.
He did got hit. Yeah. Yeah, Jesse's not that kind of person.
Then do it yourself.
Have you met Lydia?
That's the ringtone that Todd uses for Lydia.
Who is this?
It's Walt. How are you feeling? That would be the ricin I gave you.
He did put the ricin. How did he do it? I gotta go back to that scene. I was like, no, there's no way he did that. Like, it's impossible. Oh, that nod. You're finally free. Oh. Oh, wow. Wow. Police are coming. He's checking up on Jesse's work, right?
Guess I got what I deserve. Special love I had for you. Baby blue. Special love.
Walter's taking the blame from Jesse here. They're gonna think Walter's the one who... Yeah. Yeah. Wow. Yeah, once again. What an incredible finale to an incredible show. I'm... It's gonna take a while. It's gonna take some time, you know, for me to process all of this again. I do want to sit on it for a bit. And I do kind of want to make a separate video, basically reviewing the entire series, and I might put it on my other channel. But yeah, incredible series finale. Oh, perfect. Just perfect. You know, just from beginning to end, just perfect. A lot of resolving a lot of things, addressing a lot of things as well. That final moment, which, from my perspective, from what it seems to imply, especially with the way Walter's quote unquote planning everything by that very, very end in the hangar, specifically, you know, before he dies, when in the hangar where Jesse used to cook. The implication that I am getting here is that Walters basically is also giving Jesse a way out, right, by letting the blame fall on Walter. You know, the blue meth obviously being being distributed again would make complete sense if the person who is producing the blue meth is Heisenberg, right? And just having him being there, also with the wound, uh, the gas mask and everything, uh, makes it sort of again implies that Walter was quote unquote cooking there, because Jesse was cooking there, right? And he was abruptly being forced to attend, right? So yeah, yeah, I think that's just how it is. Jesse got out free, right? He got out unscathed, seemingly. Incredible final shot for Jesse, crying, uh, laughing, happy, a lot of emotions running, uh, just yeah. Though um, it is cruel to think that Walter didn't die of his cancer or by any means, but just by a stray bullet that he from um his own device, you would say. But yeah, I mean that's just how it is, right? Trying to think like what I want to talk about. I think this is just a perfect ending. Like there's a lot of there's a lot of um a lot of homages to previous episodes of Breaking Bad. I mean, the final shot of this episode again reminds me of like uh of that shot of Walter underneath his own house, as the camera pans out. But yeah, I mean, again, like if I do want to talk about some things, then I want to talk about it later and not now, because I do want to sit on this for the time being. But yeah, I mean, there's not much else that I do want to talk about. It's just a really good, perfect ending. That's it. Wow. Yeah. Now, obviously, like the while it is an ending, it doesn't feel like uh how do I describe this? It doesn't feel like um the last time that I'm gonna be here, because it's not. The fact that I do know that there is more after this, kind of, in a way, psychologically speaking, makes me feel like this isn't the finale. You know what I mean? Like, sure, after this, there's still the El Camino movie, and then after that, there's the Better Call Saul, and only then do I feel like I will feel that sense of emptiness, because at that point, there's not much Breaking Bad left. Like, that's it. But I cannot imagine like how this would feel when when this show first aired, when this episode first aired. The fact that that's it. This is the end. Like the idea that there is no other continuation beyond this, and if this is just straight up the end, that's it. Anything beyond this is like left to interpretation. Like imagining that is what you are left with for years, I would imagine, until I don't know when Better Call Saul was released. Like we're talking about like well, I would imagine like a couple of years, but yeah. fantastic ending, fantastic finale, fantastic series overall, solid season. Again, I don't have much to say because I don't want to say anything. I'm keeping some of my thoughts for a separate video, but yeah. The only review that matters here is I think this is a perfect ending to an otherwise incredible series. Thank you all so much for watching. Yeah. Thank you so much for watching. I'll let you know when that video arrives, or maybe I'll actually record like an actual separate episode review for this, and then I'll do another video. I don't know. Who knows? Thank you all so much for tuning in. Wow, I'm still I'm still kind of huh. Yeah, that's it, hunters. That's it. Thank you all so much for watching. I'll see you all next time for the next video reaction on this franchise. Yeah. Take care, everybody. Have a nice day. Peace.